Mary Donaldson's journey to royalty, something she didn't dream of. In the annals of modern fairy tales, few stories captivate the imagination quite like that of Mary Donaldson, the Australian commoner who became Crown Princess of Denmark. Her journey from the sun-soaked shores of Tasmania to the grandeur of European royalty is not just a tale of destiny, but of an ordinary woman who found herself in extraordinary circumstances she never dreamed of. Mary Elizabeth Donaldson was born on February 5, 1972, in Hobart, Tasmania, a place known more for its rugged beauty than its ties to European royalty. The youngest of 4 children, Mary was raised in a close-knit family that valued education, hard work, and a love for the outdoors. Her upbringing was typical of many Australian children, full of school activities, sports, and a strong sense of community. Mary excelled academically, earning a degree in commerce and law from the University of Tasmania. She embarked on a career in advertising and marketing, working for several high-profile firms in Australia and later in the United Kingdom. By all accounts, Mary was living a successful, yet unremarkable life. She had dreams, of course, but they were not of castles and crowns, they were of building a career, traveling the world, and perhaps settling down one day. Fate, it seems, had other plans for Mary. In September 2000, Sydney hosted the Summer Olympics, an event that brought together people from all corners of the globe. Among the many international visitors was a certain Danish prince, Crown Prince Frederik, who had come to enjoy the games and the vibrant atmosphere of the city. The story of how Mary and Frederik met has become the stuff of legend. It was at a local pub called the Slip-In, where the two were introduced by mutual friends. Frederik, who was in Australia incognito, introduced himself simply as Fred. Mary had no idea she was speaking to the future king of Denmark. What followed was an evening of conversation, laughter, and a connection that neither could have anticipated. For Mary, it was the beginning of something new and exciting, but certainly not the start of a royal romance, at least not in her mind. She had no idea that her life was about to change in ways she could never have imagined. After their initial meeting, Mary and Frederik began a long-distance relationship, one that spanned continents and time zones. They exchanged emails, phone calls, and visits, slowly building a relationship that grew stronger despite the challenges of distance and the pressures of royal life. It wasn't long before the media caught wind of Frederik's new love interest, and Mary's life was thrust into the spotlight. The scrutiny was intense, but Mary handled it with grace and poise, qualities that would serve her well in the years to come. In 2001, Mary moved to Europe to be closer to Frederik, first living in Paris and later in Copenhagen. The move was a significant step for Mary, who was leaving behind her family, friends, and the familiar comfort of Australia. But it was also a testament to her commitment to Frederik and the life they were beginning to build together. By 2003, the world was abuzz with speculation about when Frederik would propose. That moment came in October of that year, when the Danish royal court announced the engagement of Crown Prince Frederik and Mary Donaldson. The official engagement was marked by a press conference where the couple appeared, beaming with happiness. It was clear to everyone watching that this was not just a royal match, but a true love story. Mary's transformation from a private citizen to a future princess was officially underway. She began intensive language lessons to learn Danish, studied the history and culture of her new home, and prepared for a life of royal duties and public service. The journey was not without its challenges, but Mary approached it with the same determination and resilience that had defined her life thus far. In May 2004, the world watched as Mary Donaldson walked down the aisle of Copenhagen Cathedral, becoming Crown Princess Mary of Denmark. The wedding was a grand affair, attended by royals from around the globe and watched by millions. But for Mary, it was more than just a ceremony, it was the culmination of a journey that had taken her from a pub in Sydney to the heart of Danish royalty. As Crown Princess, Mary has taken on her role with the same dedication and grace that has defined her journey. She has become a beloved figure in Denmark, known for her charitable work, her advocacy for women and children, and her ability to connect with people from all walks of life. Yet, despite the grandeur and the titles, Mary remains grounded. In interviews, she has often spoken about how she never imagined this life for herself. Growing up in Tasmania, she never dreamed of royalty, she dreamed of a fulfilling life, of making a difference in the world. And in many ways, that is exactly what she has achieved, just on a much grander scale than she could have ever anticipated. Mary's journey to royalty is a story of serendipity, love, and the unexpected paths life can take. It is a reminder that sometimes, the most extraordinary lives begin with the most ordinary of beginnings. Mary Donaldson did not dream of becoming a princess, but she embraced the role with a heart full of love, a mind brimming with purpose, and a spirit that has won the admiration of many. As Crown Princess of Denmark, Mary has carved out a legacy that is uniquely her own, a legacy built not on dreams of royalty, but on the reality of a life lived with authenticity, compassion, and a deep commitment to others. It is a legacy that will undoubtedly inspire generations to come, proving that sometimes, the dreams we never dream are the ones that lead us to our true destiny.